I got access to the Rennsport playtest, but my question was if it is actually any good. Well, in this video, I'm going to see if it is good, what the handling's like, and if it's actually worth anybody's time. The crash in the back, that is... Alright, so here we are everybody in Rennsport. So, I've only played this once, purely just so I can make sure everything is set up. But we're going to see how this game handles. I've heard it's been compared to like iRacing and stuff like that, and it's supposed to be the next best thing. But it's been pretty dead recently, but we're just going to see how we get on. So we're going to do a time trial session to see just to get used to the handling, and then we're going to do like a short race with some AI cars to see how the AI are. But let's get straight into it. So here we are at the Nürburgring GP circuit. We're going to be taking our time trial session in the BMW LMDH Motorsport hypercar. I'm not really sure what you call it, but we'll call it that. And we're just going to see how this game feels. We're going to see how the brakes are, how it slides around, and we're just going to see if it's any good. As I haven't calibrated my brakes, but there we go, they're calibrated now. As into turn 1, that wasn't so bad. I mean, I hadn't calibrated my pedal, so that's not really representative. Wow, very twitchy in that corner. It's down to gear 2. Turning in. That was a good apex. Having to use a lot of steering wheel to get this car turned in. So interesting there. But this isn't going to be a full push lap. This is just a side to see how it is. And that was an awkward moment there. And through the flat, we're going to see how much this slides. No, pretty flat through there into the chicane. The brakes are pretty good in this car. There we are. Right, off we go now. We're going to do a hot lap to see what this car is like. Getting turned in. Ooh, there's a lot of understeer there. And then a weird snap of oversteer on the exit. But off we go. Crossing the line. We're going to see where we get. Down into turn 1. I'm going to brake sort of early. Turning in for the apex. So, the car is very responsive on that initial turn in. Next corner there, getting a weird snap on the way in, and then I had a bit of a lock up through that left hander, and then another big snap of oversteer on the way out of there. Up to gear 5. I'm going to go gear 3, grabbing that apex. Oh, it likes to slide very laterally on its tyres. From what I can tell so far, down into the hairpin. I actually clipped the grass on the way in there. I was able to feel that really nice, so that I guess is a bonus. Up onto the curb. That was pretty good. Oh wow, and this car is so responsive on the way into the corner, and it just starts to sort of slide around mid-corner. And it sort of feels, in a way, like Project Cars 2. I'm sort of just, ploughing my way through the corners, and that's how I'm getting it turned in so nicely. Through we go there, a little bit of a frame stutter. Into chicane as I've locked up. That's going to be lap over. We'll go one more time, just to get a clean lap in. But I think that was a good representative sort of lap. I'm trying to drive this car super aggressively to keep it on the track. But we're going to give this one more go as we head down to turn 1. Broke a bit later there, getting turned in for that first corner. And a lot of grip from this BMW as I've gone over the curb there. And then the second gear. That was very nice. And then through there. So that was a lot faster. 2 seconds starting to learn this track a bit more. This isn't a track I've ever been very good at, but I think it's the most representative of a handling level. It's got every type of corner and every type of braking zone. If you drop down the hill into the hairpin, clip the grass again there, unsettles the car a little bit, but you're able to regain composure pretty quickly. Tyres are getting quite hot because of my steering input, so that's good to see. That's semi-realistic as it clipped the curb there, and I nearly massively spun out. E3, apex, nice. Sliding my way out, and I haven't turned into that. I don't know what I'm doing there. Been using that curb on the outside. Dropping down through the flat section. Get to the chicane, gonna break about here. No lockups or anything, grabbing that apex and then that apex and getting out. So I will say it feels quite good in the low speed corners. And then around the final corner and to the line. What is that time going to be? I don't know what's quick around this track, but it is a 151.082. So I think that's a pretty good lap. But so, initial handling sort of opinions, it's quite good at the high speed, you know, it feels good, it feels correct. Medium speed feels very odd, it likes to slide, like it doesn't really turn into the corner as probably it would or should. And then on the exit corner, it just likes to slide very like laterally, and the slide feels very forced. And then low speed feels decent, feels good in the middle of the corner. Turning is a bit quirky, but exit is good too. So I'm going to go jump into a race, and we're going to see how it handles there. I'm going to see how the AI do. So, after I've done about 10 minutes of searching up on Google and trying to work it out, it doesn't look like this game has AI, so we're not going to be able to do an AI race, so we're going to do one more time trial session in a Porsche 911 GT3 car, just to get an understanding of how the GT3 cars work. But that's super disappointing, because I was quite excited to do an AI race on Rennsport, but it just doesn't seem they don't exist, because I went on to the quick session mode. You can't change it out of practice mode, and then it doesn't let you set the amount of AI, although it is an option. So I guess it's not a feature yet, which is super annoying. But we're just gonna see. We're gonna do a few laps of the Jeddah Corners circuit in a Porsche 911 to see how they've got the GT3 cars. But I am super disappointed about that AI up isn't really a feature yet. So you head down into the tricky part. That was good, bouncing over the curves there. These cars have a lot of grip, but a lot of lateral sliding, just like in the BMW hypercar. I'm really having to Fernando Alonso this Porsche to get it turned in. And the tyres are really hot now, but through the fast section, that was pretty good. As we head up to the hairpin, this is going to be an absolute tyre killer through here. Oh no! Oh, and we've had our first crash. That was quite a big hit. I'm going to get a reset. What does we head? Yeah. So as I was saying, it seems that the best way to drive these cars is to just give it max steering lock and just hope that it sticks. Which, I mean, it's not really the way to drive these cars. Let's do it too, and see how I'm just turning in for the corner as hard as I can. And it does just stick, but I shouldn't be having to put in that much steering lock to get it to turn. Just over the curve we go. A little bit of a back end step out there. And then over this curb. Oh my god. So that was interesting. Up we go towards the hairpin. This is where we had our little spin and tap against the wall. It's going to happen again as I'm overcorrecting on the way through. That was a big power slide. But it was actually quite easy to correct. As round we go, that is very accurate though. The way they've got the walls away from the track. Through we go. See, again, just oversteering this car to the point where the tyres at the bottom right, we can see it just overheating in 2 seconds. We're over the curve, and then it's going to be interesting to see how this corner how it handles this corner. As I got very wide through there. That's going to be an off-track penalty. Now let's have a look at see what the setups are like. So we're gonna have a look at the options here. There's nothing there. That's not right. Is there a setups mode? No. Back to game maybe? No. Continue. Enter. That just takes me to track. There's no setup mode. Like I can't edit anything. Oh, that's silly. Why? Oh, come on. Come on. That's poor. No. Restart time trial. I can't click on my name to edit the setup. Options. Audio, video, gameplay controls can give feedback. There's no setup. That's really poor. Alright. Well, we'll do one more lap in this Porsche to see how it... Yeah, one more go. But that's a real shame that there's no setup option. I mean, that's shocking. So, one more lap here. Down the straight we go. That's going to come up again though, slightly flips the line. We're down the main straight, past the grandstand. Let's see how brave we can get on the brakes. That was pretty good. Hitting that huge curve. And around we go. Getting it on the exit. And then triple left-hander. We're going to brake late. Second gear. Getting to that was good. Felt nicely there. We're going to stay flat and just burn up the tyres in 2 seconds. And then over the curb. Big slide there. Gear 3, get it turned in. Ooh, and a big slide to that corner. 99% on the tyre, so it doesn't look like the heat's actually affecting them at all. And then gear 3, almost, I mean, like, look at that, almost full lock. And the game isn't stopping me from being full lock. Over the curb. That was good. Oh, and I've invalidated it, yeah, I should have seen that coming. We're going to finish this lap anyway. And out we go, getting really close to the wall there. 98% on the tyres now. Over we go. Over the curves. Now for the sweeping right-hander. And then half losing it under braking. Going to use that curve on the right-hand side. Cut back, get close to the wall. And up to gear 5. As we head around the left-hander. You can see all the jealous skyscrapers on the outside of the track. We're going to get to the final corner. It's going to be a hard braking zone. Turning in very early. Lots of understeer on the way in. No lateral sliding though. And to the line. What sort of time is it going to be? I don't think it's going to give me a time. Oh yeah, in the bottom left. So 2 minutes 4.690. So there we have it. Although we invalidated it, that is a full lap of the Jeddah Corny circuit. As I'm going to spin out. Nice. But there we have it. So there we have it. There has been some Rennsport gameplay. What do I have to say about the game? I mean, where do I begin? I mean, there are such a lack of features. The handling is okay, and it varies so much from car to car that it's hard to actually comment on if the handling is good or not. So, yeah, I mean, with the features, there's no AI. Firstly, the only way you can really play the game is just by time trial mode, which would get really dry really quickly, considering there's only about 6 tracks in the game, which again is poor. There's no setup changes, so whenever you have on a car, that is it. That is like final, which is also really poor. What do I have? I mean, what else is bad? The cars handle really weird medium to speed corners. The locking up is really strange, and they have this weird sort of way where it's like Project Cars 2, where you have to just plow through every corner and just full lock the steering to get any sort of turn in. But in doing so, you just burn up the tyres, and then the tyres don't even wear correctly. So that's all a bit weird. Those are all the negatives about the game. Positives, I mean, there's only one. The game does look pretty good. I will give them that. Like the graphics are good. It's optimized okay. But apart from that, the game's in a really bad state. I mean, it's clear that it hasn't been updated in a while. But like we heard a year ago that this was supposed to be the game to take on iRacing, and that's not, of course, Competizione and all of this stuff. Well, that just hasn't happened, and this game is in a pretty poor state at the moment. So, those are my thoughts. And I don't think I'll ever be revisiting this game, ever, unless they do a huge update. But that is it for me. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.